Well, here we are. I've got my coffee ready to go for this week's video, which is my series Hair Talk, which is a series where I talk about hair products and kind of other things about hair. I am a professional hairstylist and I work in the Midwest in a chair rent salon, and I'm actually about to hit my 4-year anniversary behind the chair, which is super exciting and just kind of bizarre that 4 years has just, in the blink of an eye, just gone right past. One of the product lines that we use within the salon has been Oribe. We have had them probably almost maybe 4 years in the salon. And so today I'm gonna talk to you about the Bright Blonde series, which unfortunately I don't have the whole series in front of me. I just currently have one of their primer serums. That way everyone can be familiar with the Oribe Bright Blonde series because it's a great one. And I know it can be a bit of a sticker shock for some people when they pull up the Oribe website or talk to me in the salon in regards to pricing of these products. But one thing I will tell you is that they're very high quality professional products that don't have all the extra parabens and all that gunk that you will find in your local store that is drugstore or, you know, Target, that kind of stuff. Whereas these are going to be professional products that were originally created for styling on the runway for like New York Fashion Week and that kind of stuff, and then kind of evolved into the hair care brand today that it is known for, that's only sold in professional salons. And now I think it's kind of expanded from there. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into today's hair talk, which is the Oribe Bright Blonde series. It comes in this beautiful pink color. I forget at the last training I had the exact word that they used to call this color, but it is a very unique pink color. So just right out the gate, their packaging, I love it. And so what I'm going to be touching on today is the shampoo, the conditioner. They have a treatment, and those were the original 3 within the Bright Blonde series. And then earlier this summer, they have actually came out with 2 new products, which is a sun lightening mist and then the serum, which I have actually in my possession. Just gonna start into the shampoo and conditioner. And if you're a blonde or you have silver hair, even though they have the Silverati line within the Oribe family that, you know, gray or silver clients could use, you could also still utilize the Bright Blonde series to help keep your hair nice and shiny and kind of help stay against, you know, stay on top of that brassiness that can sometimes just be caused from either UV rays, being out in the sun a lot, or just the minerals in your water. Because a lot of people, I think, forget that the minerals in your water cling onto your hair and you can get mineral buildup that way, which is why your hair does tend to go brassy. Everyone's hair tends to go warm as it fades, and a lot of times it's to do with your water and your sun. By using the shampoo and conditioner regularly, it's not gonna overtone your hair, but what it's going to do is it's going to give it the cleansing and the nourishing that it needs to keep your dry, brittle hair, which tends to be in the blonde category. If you're blonde, you just more stress in your hair, you're pulling that pigment out of your hair instead of depositing color. So by pulling that pigment out of the hair, I like to kind of explain it as like, think of it as like you're like hollowing out a tree trunk. You know, you still see the actual tree trunk, but what's within the tree trunk is maybe either compromised or not as strong, which then in turn causes the outer shell or bark or whatever you'd want to reference, causes that to kind of get damaged or crumble, which essentially would be your cuticle on your hair. I can throw up kind of the parts of the hair to, I don't know, for those of you who want to know kind of the science nerdy stuff, but essentially your hair, when you're pulling out that pigment, you are causing stress and damage. Obviously, there are ways to do that in a more gentler process, but at the end of the day, you are putting something pretty harsh onto your hair, changing the pH balance, changing the structure of it, and that does require care moving forward. One of my favorite quotes from my favorite hairstylist educator is, "It's not your God-given right to be blonde. So therefore, if you want to be blonde, that's great, but there are things that you will need to purchase to help maintain it and invest that money in to actually have nice feeling, healthy blonde hair." And one way of doing that is investing in the Oribe line that is the Bright Blonde series. The shampoo and conditioner ring up at $46 for the shampoo and $48 for the conditioner. I always remind my clients that the amount of time that it takes for you to run through that cheap bottle of Suave those 3 months where you spent $30, probably $35 over the course of those 3 months on your shampoo, you could have your 1 bottle of Oribe shampoo for 4 months and it breaks down to the same exact cost, if not a little bit cheaper, and you're putting better product on your hair. That's kind of my little spiel there on drugstore and professional is, yes, 1 bottle is gonna be triple the amount that you'd probably find in your Target or wherever you get your hair products. However, you need the tiniest amount. I usually tell people the size of the Oribe logo is kind of your ballpark. If you have very minimal hair, you could do half of that. If you have normal hair, you could do the, I would say like it's a nickel size, you know? Extremely concentrated. So you put it in your hands, emulsify that shampoo in your hands first, then you incorporate it into your hair, mainly onto your scalp, just like with any shampooing, and cleansing everywhere else. Banksy is in here sleeping, so if you hear grumbling or breathing, it's my dog. So they have pure violet reflective pearlized, I wanna make sure I get this right. Yeah, pearlized pigments. So those pearlized violet pigments, what they do is they go in and they grab onto those brassy areas and they help neutralize that out. So then you're left with more of just your ashy or clean blonde versus that brassier buildup that we tend to get. And then also on top of that, like I had previously stated with UV damage, all of the Bright Blonde series has UV protection in it, which to me, that's a win-win. You cannot go wrong there. With the UV protection, what that's gonna do is that's gonna help extend out the longevity of your hair color. That in turn is helpful with your investment of the money that you even pay to get your hair done to begin with. And then essentially the conditioner, what it does is it's just another added pearlized pigments to help neutralize that brassiness, but it also does go in and nourish and moisturize your hair, which if you are a blonde, you know very well how dry your hair can feel sometimes, especially this time of year, come the end of summer, when you have maybe just been living your life a little bit freely and doing your own thing and being in the sun a lot. Now is the time to kind of get back into that reparative side of things. The conditioner is gonna give you shine, it's gonna strengthen you, it's gonna help with your elasticity, which I don't think that's something that people really understand that much about. So elasticity has to do with like your hair stretch and flexibility. When your hair is overly processed and compromised, the elasticity goes down to like nothing. So therefore, the reason I have my bangs, I over-processed this hairline maybe a few too many times when I foiled it myself in bad lighting at home. But then when I ripped a ponytail out after one night of too many drinks, instead of my hair being able to hold on and handle that strain, it just broke off, it just snapped. There's no elasticity to give and take with the hair movement. Your hair snaps off, it breaks off, it's beyond control. So what this conditioner does, in addition to the shine and smoothing, is it does help with that elasticity, which to me is huge. Getting into the treatment a little bit, so they have a treatment which I'll throw up. It is a $58 treatment, and honestly, before doing this video, that was the one product out of the line that at first I used and I was like expecting it to be more of a miracle, like one-time toning treatment, but really what it is, it still has the pearlized like reflective like violet pigment in it, but the properties in this are wonderful because it not only is the treatment gonna repair damage, but it's gonna help prevent future damage, which is huge if you are a blonde that wants to stay blonde. You know you're gonna kind of perpetuate that same cycle. So it's helpful to repair the damage, but also have products that help kind of keep your hair healthy for the future and kind of almost like be proactive in that sense. One of the main things that I love that this product does is back to the elasticity and just the brittleness of the overall hair. It really does help kind of soften, smooth down your cuticle again, give that shine back, and just really be like a good way to seal those split ends in, but still being really, really lightweight, which I think is like super important with blondes because most of the time, if you're blonde and you have fine hair, there's not a lot of products that can really give you that moisture without just completely weighing down your style. So me personally, I have fine hair, so I tend to like to get my moisture in ways that are really concentrated and not gonna weigh my hair down like a heavy cream. Whereas this treatment Yes, it's gonna give me a little bit of toning properties to help pull a little bit of that brassiness out, not as much as the other products in my opinion, but it's gonna be more of an actual treatment for blondes who just need to repair their brittle hair, get that elasticity back, help kind of close down the cuticle again, and just kind of keep on that path of maintaining hair health. I just wanna make sure I'm not like missing anything. There is a whole area where they have all of their ingredients listed. For those of you who are like kind of nerdy like me and want to know what products do what and that kind of stuff, or what ingredients do what, this is great. So of course they talk about the pure violet and reflective pearlized pigments, corrects brassiness, tones, highlights, and it impart luminescent brightness and shine. They have a brightening complex of lemon, ginger root, and chamomile extracts, which optimizes shades, tonality, and luminosity. So this is one thing that I think is really important, because a lot of times I'll have a client come in where they've used a purple shampoo on their hair and it's overtoned their hair. It is not a good color. It's kind of gray, it's kind of muddy, or it's actually got a purple hue to it. And that's fine if that's the look you're going for, but I think a lot of people forget that brightness comes from warmth, and the ashier you are, the more violet you are, the less reflection you're gonna get. With these products, you could literally shampoo and condition with Oribe every time you shampoo and condition. I personally only shampoo maybe once or twice a week. Definitely keep that in mind if you're an everyday shampooer. Maybe kind of alternate this with maybe just the signature line from Oribe. You're not gonna overtone with this. It's just got the perfect amount of properties in there to help pull that warmth, leaving you nice and bright without going too far that ashy direction, which in my opinion is not very flattering on probably 99% of people's skin tones. They've got the brightening complex that also gives a nice tonality and shine. They have a lavender extract which helps nourish damaged and brittle hair while conditioning and adding shine. Again, back to maintaining the health of the hair, improving the health of the hair. This isn't gonna be a line that just ashes your hair out because you want to stay an ashy blonde. This is a line that as a blonde, it's going to help nourish, protect, and keep your color looking great. To me, that's key than just grabbing the first toning shampoo that I can find on Amazon and overtone my hair. A lot of times those can be hella drying and just not good for your hair overall, which is why I really stand behind professional products, especially like Oribe. They also have a multi-UV protection shield that shields hair from color depleting, fading, and drying effects of the sun's rays and exposure. That's kind of where I lead into with the next two products here that they actually just came out with maybe a handful of months ago. This year's kind of been a blur, but I think it was probably March, April, maybe even later, I don't know. But all I know is these two products came out this year. They go in line with Oribe is protecting your hair from the sun, but now they have two products, which I'm so excited, that are actually heat activated to help tone your hair for those in-between appointments. And it's pretty cool. The first one is the Sun Lightening Mist. The Sun Lightening Mist runs for $38. This is going to be a mist that you just spray on your hair and it's heat activated. You either need to be in the sun or use a blow dryer to actually activate the properties in this product to work. It is peroxide free and has a natural blend of lemon and chamomile in it. So what this actually does is it's going to actually gradually lighten your hair. They do suggest the first time that you use the sun mist to use it 3 to 4 times consecutively to get the most bang for your buck, to like notice how it works. So I would say if you're going on a vacation, perfect. Use it 3 days, 4 days consecutively, and you're really gonna have some brightness kind of pop back through on your blonde. I can't imagine if you got it on your roots that it would necessarily do anything like lift it or expose any pigment, but I would say if you did a light mist, even just on your hairline, where I know for me with self-tanner or makeup, I tend to get a little bit more dingier around there first. That could be an area that you kind of mist on there and you either blow dry it in, or if you're on vacation or out in the sun a lot, perfect, sitting on the boat on the Mississippi like we do around here, great. It's gonna help tone but brighten and also nourish. It provides a really lightweight moisture, which is again great for those of us blondes who need moisture because we have dry hair but also have really fine hair. Again, it adds shine, has that reflective luminosity to it, so it's not gonna feel like you got fresh highlights probably, but it will just feel like you know, you got a fresh gloss, you kind of just got rid of kind of that dinginess and just brightens you up a little bit. And the other thing that's really cool is it's gonna protect your hair with UV rays and dryness. So it's kind of like a treatment, I would think, if you know you're gonna be in the sun a lot, it's kind of like the product that would be a great one to try out. I haven't tried, that's the one that I haven't tried yet out of all of them, but I have tried the serum, which chef's kiss. I use this on every blonde that I style out in the salon, no matter what tone of blonde they have, because it just, ooh, it's just so good. So I'm gonna get into this one now. It is the Bright Blonde Priming Serum, and the priming serum runs for $42. And to me, it is the first step in hair care for any blonde. It's the first thing. Almost think of it as like your medicine, like your most important thing of the day, or your vitamins, whatever is like your number one thing that you do not skip day to day whenever you do your routine. This is, every time I shampoo and have to blow dry my hair, this is what I reach for. And like I said, in the salon behind the chair, all of my blondes, this is the first product I'm putting on their hair. I will squirt a little bit of my hand so you guys can see actually how pigmented it is. And oh, it's just so beautiful. I could honestly just look at it because you can see all the tiny little reflective bits in there that are just good. This is the primer, and what I would do is then rub this all throughout my hands, get it really good on my hands everywhere, and then just rake through damp hair. This is the first thing that you'll put on. I usually start, like I said, with other products in my hairline, because that tends to be where I get a little bit dingier from self-tanner or makeup. That is the first thing that I will put in the hair. I'll incorporate it around. The reason why I say this is like my go-to product for every blonde now is because you put it on first, and it's going to eliminate brassiness, or, you know, a little bit of warmth. It's gonna eliminate the brassiness, all while simultaneously adding moisture back into the hair, and it provides heat protection up to 450 degrees, which, child, woo! If I had $1 for every time somebody, let alone a blonde, said that they don't use a heat protectant when heat styling their hair, oh, it's painful. It is so painful. You guys, it is, your hair is like fabric, and you're putting hot ass tools on them with no barrier. And if you're somebody like me, I only shampoo twice a week. So like heat damage from a blow dryer for me is really low, because usually I'll air dry 90% and then blow dry the rest of the way. Heat styling, you have to have a heat protectant. And so what I love about this product is it's already built in right then and there. And then when I style later, you know, the rest of the week, I can add my dry stylers that help heat protect. But this is just the one-stop shop. If there's one product, if my clients that are blonde don't wanna buy the shampoo, they don't wanna buy the conditioner, they don't wanna buy the treatment, they don't wanna buy the sun lightening mist, this is the one that I'm like, please just try it. Just try this first and let me know what you think. Then we can revisit the rest of the investment of the line. But this one right here, it has everything of what blondes need. It helps tone your brassiness out. It helps give shine back in there. It helps add moisture, but really lightweight amount of moisture. It's a heat protectant up to 450 degrees. I mean, that to me as a professional hairstylist, I'm like, please, like, you need this in your life. Like, please take this and let me know how much you love it. Oh, one last thing with the serum, it does also repair and strengthen over-processed hair, as well as nourish and protect for future treatments, or, you know, future processes or damage to the hair. And it does help replenish that moisture. And this will also help smooth down the cuticle. Again, it's heat activated, so it's not like you could just put this in and air dry and see the benefits of it. It's really meant to be like blow dried into the hair. With doing that, it'll actually help seal down that cuticle again, which in turn gives smoothness, shine, great elasticity, all that good stuff. Woo! That was a lot. Was that a lot for you guys, or did I just verbal vomit too much? I don't know, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to products and learning, and products are just exciting, you know, to me at least. And I just wanna make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing. Oh, another thing that is in this product, the serum, is a sodium hyaluronate. which absorbs into the hair to moisturize, while hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid acts as a barrier for hair fiber to lock in hydration and protect from moisture loss, which is great because it's gonna actually lock that moisture in. I think that's it. I think I have everything covered. I probably forgot something, but in a nutshell, that is the Oribe Bright Blonde series. And if you yourself are blonde or interested in being blonde, I would definitely recommend at least looking into the products, giving them a try and seeing what they're about, because like I said, they're gonna take care of you as a blonde in the entire full way of taking care of you as a blonde, not just toning your hair to keep it pretty, but actually have reparative, restorative, and great ingredients to help your hair feel and perform better. I will link the Oribe website down below. If you can't buy directly from your stylist or a stylist in your area, you don't have access to Oribe, I will link oribe.com down below. I would prefer if people could order through them. I really do stand behind the Oribe line. All of the products are great, and the Bright Blonde series is just the perfect fit for me for any blonde. Obviously, Gold Lust is way more reparative and restorative, but that's for just damage in general, whereas this is gonna help tone, all that stuff, yada yada. But I will also include, I already did a video last year on the Gold Lust series, which has great information on it, and then that way if you watch that one, you can kind of compare what the products are and which one is suited best for you. I'll leave that down below and my contact information, and definitely just feel free to leave me a comment if you have a question. I'll try and get back to you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more of these hair talk videos now that I'm trying to get back in the swing of things and just get more education out there to you guys, because it really is my passion. I'm not trying to blow smoke up anyone's, you know what? There's products that I like and that I stand behind, and I want to share those with you. With that being said, I thank you for your time today. Again, if you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment below. You can also find me on Instagram at MLE Martins. If you say that fast, it's Emily. MLE, get it? 7th grade. What's up? But MLE Martins, I'll put it down below as well on Instagram, where I do a ton of videos and quick little makeup tutorials and that kind of stuff. You can always reach out to me on there. And again, I thank you for your time. Please subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, and we'll see you in the next one.